Welcome to the stage, Mr. Sami Smeirat, the Chief Enterprise Officer at Orange.
So, obviously, your lunch was... Sorry, guys. Did you have any dessert? Salt? Salt? No? Shagat? No? Can you hear me? Yeah. Well, it's always, when I was told that I need to present after the lunch, it was quite challenging for me, tell you the truth. No, grabbing attention after lunch is always hard. I normally lose focus after I eat. So I hope I will not be as boring as I usually be, and just intrigue you in my next presentation. Well, we heard today from our presenters, our speakers, and our panelists lots of things about the big data and what to do. We heard the opinions and the voice of the OTTs, the suppliers, some of the operators. But the full story from the operator side, I just wanted you to hear and to listen to our challenges in this Internet of Things and the big data world. For some of you who do not know how to spell ubiquitous, believe me, last week I did not know what the word means. It was a new word for me. So it's basically connectivity everywhere. So my presentation will be about connectivity everywhere and how would that translate to big data and how can we as operators capitalize on that and use that as a new revenue streams. Because you heard a lot from our previous guests about the speakers, about the challenges we all have, be it on the revenue, be it on the net margin, on the EBITDA. So we look at it as an opportunity. But this opportunity definitely comes with challenges, and challenges that are disruptive, and disruptive not to us, it's disruptive to the industry, to the whole industry, and to the consumer as well. Customer behaviors are changing. I'm sure you all have customers indirectly, be it B2C or B2B2C, and you have noticed and witnessed recently that the behavior of your customers have been changing, and changing rapidly and swiftly. You all have kids at home, and you see how their behavior are changing than ours. They basically want more digital interaction. They don't want to see, they don't want to go to the branch, to the bank branch. They don't want to go and interact eye to eye or physically to do their stuff. So basically more digital interactions are happening with your customers. New business channels are introduced, and mobility is becoming the true, and it is the key word, and those who are mastering the mobility word, be it with their app, be it their presence on the mobile world, will survive those disruptive or major disruptions to our industry. And it is expected that 50% of the interactions in the European Union by 2018 will be done digitally. You will no longer see your customer, interact with your customer physically. So it is one of the major disruptions. The other disruption is the connectivity everywhere. It's needed. New business models are happening that's requiring connectivity everywhere, such as smart cities. And smart cities, when I talk smart cities, it's smart metering, digital M2M, machine to machine, smart homes, automation, home automation system, controls to the traffic controls, traffic light controls, tracking. It's all bringing more and more connectivity and more disruption to our business model as well. And it requires connectivity everywhere. As well, the speakers were talking about whether us as operators should be the aggregator or the service aggregators to the wearables technology. And I think we should be as operators, but it's challenging. Why we should be? Because we are the most trusted. We're very close to our customers. We know their behavior. We know their consumption. We know how they act and react to our services. So that's a new frontier, but it's challenging. New frontier to create more revenues, more business streams. It's quite challenging. And the third disruptive, basically, pillar is we have been all saying we want to become an IT company. And we all want to offer cloud. We want to compete with the OTTs of this world. We want to compete with the Googles and Yahoos and the Amazons of this world. Majority of us as operators have already started in investing in our cloud, our data center. We're offering virtualization, similar to the Yahoos, the Amazons, the Googles of this world. And this will all lead to the big data. And the big data is quite challenging. All this connectivity, all those IT systems that needs to be replaced or has been replaced, they need to be managed. And they need to be managed properly for us to provide good service and to still be the trusted partner to our customers. It took us a while to acquire the trust of our customers on the connectivity part. It wasn't easy. Technology, we had technology issues at first, at start. When we moved as an incumbent, let's say, I'll give an example. As an incumbent operator, Jordan Telecom moved from fixed services into a data, then into a mobile provider. It took us a while to mature these technologies and stabilize those services and put processes in place just to acquire the trust of our customers, which is not easy. We're still learning, by the way. We haven't earned that full trust from our customers. So going into a new frontier, becoming an IT company is a challenge as well. So lots of connected objects, lots of connectivity everywhere. We're doing that today. And this leads us to the Internet of Things, the Internet of Things. What we see as how can we succeed as an operator into this world, into the world of Internet of Things? We see it in a very simple and easy 4 success factors or 4 key success factors to go into to acquire the trust of our customers and bringing them into the world of connected objects, the world of connectivity everywhere, and then to the big data world. We have a challenge in generating data. today we have lots of connected objects, machine to machine, tracking, smart metering, home automation, but the data that they're generating is not smart data. We have smart devices in those machines, but the data that we're generating is not smart data. What does that require? It requires a total new investment in our IT systems that is capable of generating this data, clean data, data that's exactly what we want, and you all witnessed when you change your IT systems how challenging it can be, and how CapEx intensive it can be, and you need to change the people, you need change management with that. Transmitting data is a key success factor as well. So once you generate data, transmitting data, connectivity used to be and still an important thing, but always available on transmitting data. So you need to invest more in your fixed and mobile and internet data, and they need to be quite reliable. Hiccups and jitters are not acceptable. So further investment, further CapEx in our networks everywhere that needs to be invested. And further CapEx, as you all heard from the previous speakers, we are challenged nowadays with our investment and our CapEx, and especially with the legal and regulatory framework that we're going through here in Jordan. So having done that, would that be enough? No. We still need to collect, store, and analyze data. So you collect the data, you transmit the data, generate the data, transmit the data successfully. Is that good enough to be successful in the big data world or in the Internet of Things? No. You still need to collect and store. You still need the cloud. You still need the cloud, and the secure cloud, not any cloud. We all heard of the hacking that happened to Apple Cloud. Our customers, our local customers, cannot accept that. Big corporates, big organizations cannot accept but 5 nines of availability, 5 nines of security, 100% of customer care, 24/7 customer care. So, and even if you collect, store, and analyze, you still need to be simple in displaying data. And I think we haven't yet mastered that simplicity as operators. We're still quite complicated. We're not the apples of this world. Our DNA is not the apples, is not the DNA of the apples of this world. So displaying data, it's quite important because you have users, you have end users. The more simplicity you introduce, the more usage there will be. And the more usage there will be, the more adoption there will be. So it is one of the key success factors as well. And basically what I said is this is a key driver for us as telcos. We definitely need to change our key IT infrastructure. We need to provide full end-to-end service level agreement, definitely. And our customers will not accept less than what they're getting today, be it in terms of availability, service continuity, and the end-to-end quality of service. And they need as well services on top of what we're offering. So it's quite challenging. However, we are the most legitimate and trusted partner to work in this domain or in this part of the business. Will we kill the Amazons of this world? Will we kill the Googles of this world? I don't think so. I don't think so. There will always be service demand. There will always be customers who are security insensitive. There will always be customers who are price sensitive. They want to go to the Googles and the Amazons, and they don't care about the availability of the service. There will always be. So we are basically going as challenger. We have been always as incumbent, considered as incumbent in what we're doing in providing mobile services, be it fixed internet data services. We have always been incumbent, and we always were good at doing that. So now we are moving from the incumbent part to the challenger, because our incumbents are good, and they're really good at what they're doing. So what did we do in Orange Jordan? This is my 5 minutes sales pitch. So what did we do in Orange Jordan to just catch up with the Internet of Things and to provide services to our customers? Today we have, as most of you know, we are the truly convergent fixed mobile and data infrastructure in Jordan. We have connectivity everywhere, basically. We just launched recently our 4G mobile services, and we're renewing all our mobile network. We're investing massively in our data fixed network. We're covering the whole kingdom, definitely, with an end-to-end quality of service. We're not perfect, but we're perfectionists. We're trying to be perfect. And we also have a dedicated managed MPLS service with managed CPEs, where you can monitor the quality of service. We give you the right and the ability to monitor what we are giving as a service to you. And we've fully revamped our offering, the 2G and 3G, especially on the machine-to-machine part. This is on the connectivity, one of 4 key success factors to the Internet of Things. We also have the best in-class data center. We are the first one to have a Tier 3 data center facility in Marj al-Hamam. It's the best. Banks, surprisingly, have started to move with us. Banks, historically, they don't want to host their data beyond their premises, beyond their controlled premises. We've managed to move banks to our data center as a disaster recovery. And we've introduced our cloud service, and our cloud service is basically on the infrastructure as a service. However, we are working today with partners. As it was, one of the questions was basically, do you do it yourself all? No, we can't. We need partners, and we need partners. We need partners to provide HR solutions as a cloud. We need partners to provide tracking solutions. We need partners to provide all these services as well. Home ecosystem, home automation system. This is what we're doing basically. We are dealing with partners, and it is the best model that we have ever seen. And the last slide is basically our commitment, and this is our commitment on we have announced our Essentials 2020, which is basically our group strategy, Orange Group strategy. And that strategy comes in the core of the Internet of Things. As you can see, it is based on 4 clear pillars: the enriched connectivity and the support to our customers, be it in the process. And I will leave that to you to read. And I thank you for listening. And shukran لكم.